Sheep get a lot of abuse, don't they? I mean, people who don't know their minds or follow their minds and just do what everybody else does. What do we call them? Sure, we call them sheep. But they're not that bad. I mean, now hear what I'm saying. They're stupid. I agree. Sheep are mind-numbingly, staggeringly stupid. But they're not all that bad. I know, sure, if they're standing in a field, well, that's all they're doing. And when they're not standing, just doing nothing, sure, they're running at something dangerous. There's no nastiness in them. You don't see sheep out in the field with one larking about thinking he's better than all the other sheep. And you don't have some sheep living in luxury and the rest doing the work. Oh no, the one's people. You see, I'd know all about it because I'm a shepherd. I'm one of the forgotten ones. Not born till anyone special, not educated, definitely not important. That's why I'm one of the ones that's stuck out in the field, cold, freezing, looking after the sheep. Until something strange happened one night. Strange maybe isn't quite the word for it, you see. I've never experienced anything like that before and haven't really experienced anything like that since. Me and my friends were out looking over the sheep and watching them. And when I say watching out for the sheep, I mean we were standing there freezing and they were doing nothing at all. We're sitting there in the field. And all of a sudden in the distance, this figure starts to walk towards us. We thought to ourselves, who's out here at this time of night? But the closer and closer we got a bit nervous. And before we could even scream or shout, sure wasn't he upon us, standing right there, and he says, "Do not be afraid, for I come with good news. Today in the town of Bethlehem, a Saviour has been born, and he will be called the Messiah, the Son of God. And you'll know him when you find him, for he'll be in a manger and he'll be wrapped in cloths." Jeepers, oh, says me to myself, what's going on? What's this fella on? What is he talking about? I thought, I must be dreaming. And then I noticed all the sheep bleating away, and I thought, would they still be bleating if it was my dream? Would I have noticed if it was my dream? And then all the questions started to flood my mind, and I thought to myself, a Saviour has been born? Really? And we'll know him when we find him in a manger? What's that about? But you know the question that was going through all of our minds as we sat there? The question that we were thinking was, has this fella got the right people? Because, you see, information like that you normally tell to someone more important. And we're not important at all. He thought, does he know that all we do is watch the sheep? Well, before we could even ask any of our questions, a load of mates of that first guy joined in and arrived and were just there. And they all went in the sky, and the sky was full of light. And they started to sing. And boys oh dear, that singing, it was like nothing I've ever heard before. They started to sing and it was absolutely amazing. They were singing about God and about the peace God had and how it was resting on his people. It was phenomenal. The next minute, they were gone. And so we thought to ourselves, well, we can't just sit here and do nothing. And so we gathered ourselves together and we started to head towards Bethlehem. And right enough when we got there, we just knew that wee baby, that we found exactly as he had said, in the manger, wrapped in cloth. We knew that he was the one that we were looking for. But you know what was the most amazing thing for me? The most amazing thing was the fact that God chose us, the three of us shepherds, to go and see this baby first. Not anybody important, just people that look after the sheep. Isn't God so good?